Today, our topic is about lecture recording. So how many people has done that before? So, okay, so that sounds like we have some excitement going on for his online classes.
Thank you so much. You told them everything that I know, so what am I supposed to say? Welcome everybody. My name is Ramadan Hamida. I'm Professor of Decision Science at the College of Business at USI. Been here for about 25 years or more. And as Megan said, I've never had taught before online. As a matter of fact, it was a nightmare when they told us we have to do it. So it was, oh my God, really? So that was really something that I have looked at and said, I'm having trouble with my class conveying to the students live and explaining things and face-to-face and show them how to do things face-to-face. Now I'm going to do this online, and I can't even see them. I can't even talk, face-to-face with them. This is going to be a major change in my life. And it was. So I had to do a lot of search. I had to go to a lot of meetings, how to start this process. So strategy was do. And first thing that I really needed to do is look at the way I teach and see what would be the best tool available for us that matches the way I teach. I teach quantitative classes, and I use the document camera with the Blackboard. And by the way, Blackboard helped tremendously in this respect. So as I will show you here, and you can see some of that, I have a lot of things on my Blackboard that I used before I start teaching online, and with modification, I had the same resources put on the Blackboard for my students' online classes. So the first thing, as I said, is to determine how can I record my lectures in a way similar, at least, to the way I do it in class. I use the document camera. I wasn't sure at the beginning if I can do that with any of these tools that Megan was talking about. So I had to go to all the seminars and ask questions and learn each of the techniques and the advantage, disadvantage. Can I do that? I couldn't. I know my limited technical ability. I know my limited typing speed. I know a lot of things that will not fit just any style. For example, there's no way that I could go with VoiceThread because I'm a slow poke, so to speak. I use one finger. So if I have people talking to me, students, there's no way I can handle but maybe one or two during the lecture. So I said that's not probably a good idea. When I went to all the seminars that we had, I thought Panopto was the best for me. One thing that I needed to know, can I include document camera? Because I have to show steps to my students, a problem solving. Here's the steps, and I do it so they can watch. Projected, obviously, on the screen, they see what I am doing. So I wanted to convey the same thing to the students. Can I use the document camera? So I asked everybody. And one day before my spring classes start, last spring classes started, I learned that indeed I can use that. So I said, oh my God, this is good. So I decided to record on a live class. So one of my summer classes was provisioned by the team that we have, the fantastic team that we have. You really need to use these guys. Anything is possible. That is for sure. So when I learned that, I was so excited that I will use Panopto and the document camera. So I said I'm going to do it on the spring. My class that I was going to teach using online was supposed to be on the summer, third summer. So I went back and learned a lot of things about Panopto in my own and asked the IT team here in our college, in our university, and everybody, just anybody that I could see that knows something about this, I asked. The course was provisioned for the spring. And that's the first step that you need to do, is to have your course provisioned so you can start recording. So I said, this is it. This is my tool. And as I mentioned in my promo, that I used what is known as a productive system approach. Any productive system will have an input, a transformation process, and output. The input is raw material, whatever things that go into producing the output. The transformation process is how to move from the input to the output. That is what I needed. I said, I have everything. I have my tools. I have my lecture notes. Maybe I need to revamp those. I need to fix those. I need to type some of them maybe. And then the output, hopefully what I get is something that the students can understand when they listen to that, when they see that. So transformation process is what I needed, and I found that in Panopto. Panopto was my transformation process. So I did record that during the spring. All my lectures were recorded during the spring on a live class. Had it ready, moved it to my summer class, and started that. Obviously, for the summer, I had to do an introduction, welcome session, and I had to tell the students that, by the way, this was recorded during certain times. I may have said something, some dates that didn't mean nothing to you, so ignore that. Go with what I have for you. Go with the course document, which is a very, very important thing that you, as you all should know, important for your class. Even if you're teaching not online, in live class, you need that. So the document for the course was there that shows them everything, but I needed to stress this point that you may hear something in the recording, because that recording is indeed a previous semester recording, and that's what I have there. I have my lectures done, and I listened to this. One reason that made me go with Panopto is the ability to edit what you have. So once you finish recording, you can edit whatever you have. And if you want to add it back, you can. So they called it, those people in the Blackboard, undestructive editing. So you can get whatever. So you never lose anything. You can get back. So that was really something good that I wanted, just in case. You know, we're all nervous. We try to record. You may say something that you need to fix, and you can do that. Not on a live, obviously, but after you record, you can fix that by editing. And process is easy to do that, and you can obviously learn how to do that on your own, and you get some help, obviously, from our IT team. So that was the start. While I was looking for how to use lecture recording technique, before that I also knew about something called Khan Academy that teaches students how to learn math online. And Dr. Khan used to show that. I said, this is something that I could use, because this is exactly what I want. And didn't learn a lot about it, because we started learning things here. In the meantime, we talking to colleagues and exchange ideas, and during the search also learned of another really fantastic technique that fits me very well and people who teach quantitative classes, and that's called Edu Creations. So I had to go and learn about that, and I had an iPad. This application is an Apple application, so download it and worked on it, learned how to do things. I liked it. And there were so many things that you can do, and hopefully we'll demonstrate a few things that you can do with that Edu Creation. I talked to the authors of the program, the applications, and sent them an email because of things that I needed to know. For example, there was limited time in recording, 30 minutes, that's the maximum you can do. So I asked if we can extend that to have you guys improved upon that to increase it to maybe 45 or 50 minutes. Not yet, the answer was, and there are so many other things that I needed. Editing, and that's the reason I left Edu Creation. Once you record, you cannot edit. You cannot edit, so that's it. If you have to record, you made a mistake, or things that you said there that needs to be removed, you got to start all over with Edu Creation. But it's really very friendly and useful tool that you could use. I'm not really sure how much I need to go into details to show you or explain to you about Panopto and about Edu Creation. I just have here on the board my Blackboard class site, in which I have a tab that says, the third tab right there, it says lecture recording, and this is where I put all my recordings of Panopto. Once I finish recording, I send it to that tab, and student will have the ability to open any of those. I decided to put all of my recording so it would be accessible to the students all the time, all the lectures. You have obviously the ability to make an adaptive release option to specify a certain topic to be shown only during that time, and that's Blackboard stuff that we have used before. So I do use that sometimes, but I have 25 recorded lectures, and each one of those corresponds to a topic in my syllabus, and the students, as I said, they can go and see that anytime they want. How far can I go into the technicality of this, how to do that? I'm not sure. I'm just going to show just one thing, maybe, on how to start this. This is what you get when you open Panopto Focus. All you need to do is put a name here. Of course, select your course that you're going to send the file to, but you can write your recording session here. This recording session can be audio and video, and you have the choice to have both, obviously. And you can capture the screen. Anything that appears on the screen can be shown. You can change to the document camera, and you can also capture that. So if I move to the document camera, I could see that you can see whatever on the document camera. So if I need to solve a problem, I could start writing on a piece of paper here. I just put my iPad there because I want to show something on the iPad. But you can write anything you want on the document camera, which will automatically shown in here and recorded as well. So you can start showing the steps for the problem that you have. to solve. So that is the reason that I chose Panopto, because I can show things on the document here, a camera. Once you do all of this and you can capture whatever is going on, whether that's document camera or whatever you say, and obviously mark your phone there and recording everything you say. Once you finish, you stop recording that and send it to the server. Once it processes, it doesn't take long. Make sure that you don't log out before your recording is finished. You'll receive an email that says it is ready. You can send it to your Blackboard from there. And it's a very simple task to do that, to move it from to your Blackboard. And if you have a tab like the one I have here, you can send it to that tab. And you have that. There's what I have recording, lecture recording. So that was very nice, and that was the reason that I chose to do my lecture recording with Panopto. As I mentioned, there are so many things to be said here. I thought we just need to talk about the experience and talk about how resistant I was to the idea of teaching online. There's no doubt about that. And I thought this is really a huge, this is Mount Everest. I have to climb to do that. So that was really something. At the end, when I went through that, yes, the initial investment in time was significant, but my God, it was really rewarding. It was really nice. I was so glad. Every time you learn something new, you're so happy. You can add, you can modify, you can change things, you can add to your syllabus things. How do you interact with your student online? I have an office hour, virtual office hours with my students using Skype twice a week. You know, one during the weekdays, one during the weekend, in case they cannot talk to me during the weekdays. I have another tab that talks about mingle with your classmates. So this is really good, and that's for the students to interact among themselves, like discussion boards.
You want to click on that and show them how you get it set up?
Yes, mingle with your classes. This is just you have it as a discussion board, and the students have a thread there, and they can only have 3 in that recent one this semester. Here's some students talking about things. So if you click on that, you see what they're saying, and if you notice there is any misconception or any problem that they may have, you can interject, you can talk to them, you can send them an email, and that's something I do a lot, as much as I could, to send them an email to remind them with dates, even though everything is written on the course information, but I always try to do that, and that's just teaching online in general, not necessarily with this specific tool, but you need to do that, and see if there's any problem with the students that they have an online class. There's mishaps, yes, definitely there is. There's difficulties, yes, there is. So many things. I have accumulated a huge number of emails, especially last summer. The last summer was really difficult, and it was my first time to teach. And my class was only 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and I had to cover so many things. And so there was every day there's something, and of course the problems. You don't have much time to even deal with the problems if there's something. So I use these guys right here, and IT Megan's in her office a lot. Forward email. Please help us with this. Laura helped me a lot last summer, so thank you for that. And Walter as well. So that is something that is very beneficial that you have with your Blackboard, to have that mingle or discussion board or mingle with class, whatever you name it. I like that name. Yes, please.
How's the compatibility of Canapto with mobile devices? Because I know Blackboard, there's apps for iPhone, iPad, for students looking at your video lectures on iPad.
As long as they can log into Blackboard, they can see it. That's all they needed, to be able to log into Blackboard.
I just want to say, but you never want to give the student the ideal that they can do everything they need to do on Blackboard on an iPad. It's just not possible at this point. And that goes for Android devices as well. And so you never want to give any online student an ideal that they can use a tablet ineffectively, that they won't be able to take that. It's going to be a huge problem. And I don't think the discussion boards work very well either.
I was just wondering, as far as like viewing the lectures, because I'll actually go on and look at the material that I have, but I've never done any interactive type things. So I was just curious if they can view the lectures from.
On the back end, Canopto is creating both an audio podcast and a video podcast. So as long as they can download that to an iPad and iPod.
And I want to mention that there are two ways you can get to Blackboard. One is through the Blackboard app, and that's what Walter was describing. They're limited features because it's a free app. And you can probably use the browser on your tablet and access Blackboard. Everything is going to be tiny, but viewing the video, that might not be a problem. I don't know, Lance, do you know if they have a Canopto app?
There is a Canopto app.
So you can probably download that and connect to the USI domain.
Well, the app is used to record on the iPad. As an instructor, you can actually record using an iPad.
Oh, okay. So there's
Yes.
multiple ways you can access your asset or produce your asset.
You can only append
Append.
the recording.
Mm-hmm.
Probably what I'm thinking is if you would use an example like, say, inflation or something current, if you do one of those small little segments that Megan kind of mentioned earlier, make it like a 5 or 10 minute segment. That way the next year you only have to record just that 5 or 10 minute example.
And another tips I would like to recommend is that when you record lecture live, the whole purpose is make your time more efficient. So you really don't have to spend a lot of time later on editing it. Because if that's the case, why don't you just pre-record one so you have more flexibility to craft your video. So if you're gonna record your lectures live, I would suggest you just go ahead to record it, whatever is there. If it's not enough or you need more supplemental material, then you can do a bundled solution that you do this for the live lecture so everybody will have access for that. Then you will spend some time to craft those specific topics and then do a pre-recorded solution. In that way, you will spend your time more efficiently getting the quality content to your speaker. And Cora also has
Yes, the first question that you asked, how to, I show, as I mentioned, the step-by-step on the document camera, which projects in there and it captured. So in the recording, it shows step-by-step. And let me, if you don't mind, I show you maybe 3-4 minutes of some recording that shows exactly that. As I said earlier, I had to retype because my handwriting is terrible, so I needed to retype things. And I had that handy to show in the document camera. And I'm going to show you this recording that I had. And the first time I did recording, the volume was so loud, so I'm sorry if this is... I'm going to turn it down a little bit just in case, because it was very loud voice in there in the recording. So I'll just move it a little bit to certain cut. There is a start, maybe. Okay, this is something that I typed ahead and put on the camera. Document shows the solution steps, how to do it. So we can go over that and discuss it. And then here's an example that I have it for them and shows how to do that.
We must check to see how much Chicago has and how much Memphis needs. So Chicago has 100 units, Memphis needs 80. We can satisfy all of the 80 units from Chicago. And that's how many units will be shipped. Much as possible, and that is all of the 80. So I'm going to put 80 right here. And please circle the quantity that would be later on here. But it is circle that quantity. So we have satisfied the demand for Memphis, but we still have units in Chicago. That remaining units have to go to the next dealer, which is Atlanta. So that is 20 units remaining will go to Atlanta from Chicago. But Atlanta needs 90. So where is the remaining 70 going to come from? From St. Louis. Does St. Louis have enough? Yes. So we ship all of the remaining 70 units to Atlanta from St. Louis.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here and show you. You can continue showing the steps and showing the solution and whatever you want to show like that, because it was captured all in this screen right here. You can also pause. I'm sorry. You can also you can always pause while you're recording. If you don't want to say something to live student, you can pause and then restart again. So during the lecture recording. Yes.
I just want to mention that document camera can be your friend. If you actually teach class that needs some sort of demonstration, no matter if it's an object, you want to put your iPad on your document camera and project certain things, or if you want to show anything on paper, you can always use your document camera to show that. And it's actually quite effective. So I just want to mention that.
Yes, I would like to show you this Edu Creation. If you have any questions regarding Panopto, I will give you the chance to ask. But I want to show this really fantastic tool called Panopto, called Edu Creation. Once you type, like I showed you on the same thing on Panopto, I type the steps. So you can type it here and leave it maybe on the third page. Go back to first page and say do something else, and so on and so forth. So this is where you have your typing. If you needed to type things, and you can move that text as well. Once you type, you can click on this hand and you can move it anywhere you want in the whiteboard. So you could move things. You clear that if you need to start all over. You can also add different background. I want to show them how to graph. So I may look at the paper that I want. Some of the papers I want to coordinate grid. Here it is. I can change it to something else. Graph paper. There it is. You can always change the background. And you can make, also once you do something here, you can, with this plus sign here, you can add or duplicate pages. You can duplicate figure, you can duplicate graph, a matrix like the one I just showed here, there, and so on. You can also upload figures. You could upload pictures. You could upload anything during your lecture. So if I go to photos, for example, I can click on a picture that I already taken and then put it there. This is a new addition to my life. So I have the picture there, so I could move him anywhere. I could resize that by clicking on that finger and move it anywhere you want. You can clear that. You can get it back. So anything you go back, undo.
If you happen to have a stylus pen, it will be easier for you to write on it.
Yes, I have it right there, and I had to look for one that is really thin. I need to go back and just upload the same thing that I had for you, and also show you how I recorded that transportation problem that I just showed you with, there it is. This is the same thing here. And you can, as I said, you can make it, resize it, you can make it bigger, and you can start writing on it as you want with any color. So you can type, you can, this is why I like the Panopto, because of the styles. Believe it or not, I was looking for one that is very thin that I could use. But anyway, you can show that here, and I have a recording of the same thing here in one of my sessions that I did here. So you can load it. You see this? I can make another copy of it, duplicate the page. So I have two of them. I can go back and forth, and it's still the same thing here. Go to the next page if you want to add something. Once you the time is finished, you just click on done. Are you sure? Yes, you sure, and your file or your recording will be uploaded, like these two recordings that I have here, and we can, the student can be shared through email. Send it to your Blackboard, send it to Facebook, whatever, Twitter. You can share it with any of those tools.
And I do want to address the importance of the consultation, because depends on how you teach your class, you might have a special need. Instead of identify a tool and try to make that tool do what you want, the best thing we should really do is think about how I want to teach. How do I want my recording to be like? And then talking to expert like Laura, and she will be able to bundle a solution for you that will craft specifically for your teaching needs. So I really highly recommend you taking advantage of the resources in our office. So.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. So that's Edu Creation, and like I said, I have some recording there, which is very similar to what we've seen in. If I just see it's only 30 minutes, so I'll just go to the last, maybe to show how this is. Do exactly the same thing as I did with Panopto. I can write, I can explain things, how to show the students how to do things, same way as I did in Panopto. The reason I discarded this is that an Edu Creation, as I said, you cannot edit. It's limited to 30 minutes, so you got to make more recording. And also, you need an iPad. Everybody had to have that app, an iPad. So that is let me to leave that, but it's really nice. I liked it when I first saw it and worked on it, and it could be very useful, not only the quantitative classes, but also in all the other different classes. We could use that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have an iPad and you also have a Mac, it should be fairly easy to edit, because you could just transfer the video and like Macs have their own editing software, which is iMovie, so it should be really easy to edit. But as I said, as Ramadan said, you need to have the iPad and an editing tool.
And I also want to add, our office is soon going to provide a program called Faculty Technology Learner Program. So we have some iPads specifically dedicated to only faculty. And this room you're in is Faculty Innovation Studio. So you can walk in here, check out a tool, or using any of the computers here to get your lecture development work done. So, and the consultation is across the hall. So very soon we're going to announce this initiative, and I hope you will take advantage of that.
Yes. Finally, having a Blackboard site with all the recording and all the files that I use clearly helped a lot with teaching online. So I had for example, for the course information, I have for the students things like the calendar and online taking exams, tips that they need, because during the summer I really had a rough time dealing with students logging out before they submit the exam, before they submit the homework. Some of them said I could not send the file. Some said I could not upload the file. Some of those are due to the student's ability, and some of it due to technology, clearly. But there are some there that the students also bear some responsibility, but also technology fails, as always. It's not always going to help you 100% of the time. So there are some tips there that I put for the students with the working with the IT office with Megan and Laura. So that helped. One thing that I did, yes. Yeah, it's just a Word file that shows things that they need to avoid doing. Okay, that's your Internet Explorer, Lance. So you got to go through all this to get it canceled. I do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So now it's going to load it, I guess. And there it is. So here are important points that the students could read before they begin the exam, for example, or homework, and during and after, and so on. So those are really nice points. Anybody would like to get those? I have those in a file that I can share with anybody, digital file. So that is something that's very important for our students to have here, learn about this. And what I did also here, yeah, is the exams and the assignments. We had to work a lot on this for the yeah, Megan laughing because she knows we worked so hard on having all the files set with the attached to the Blackboard with the due date and how they submit instruction, how to submit the assignment, and so on and so forth. All these files, I had them already when I was teaching with Blackboard without online. I also have those, so they are digitally. But we had to put those and change them to fit the Blackboard so they can submit this online, like we used to do with Dropbox, but back, I don't know how many years back. But anyway, now they can just submit that right away, easily from the assignment. Once they download the file that they need to download to solve the problem, they can send it to me.
If I add to it, Blackboard has a really sweet feature called Blackboard Assignment. You no longer need to accept student homework from emails, because every time you have to try to drag and drop, put in a special folder, and somehow people say they mailed it to you, you couldn't find it. if you send a Blackboard assignment here, allow them to upload the file directly to there. It helps you to collect things and it's not clutter your email space. Also, it will be easier for you to grade it and you never lose that paper. So this is actually a nice tool.
Yes. Another thing that I have is a practice exams for my students. That they have to do it online, so they at least get used to submitting exams online, because I had a lot of trouble with students submitting exams online, as I mentioned. So I have 2 practice exams for them, and they can work on it and submit it as if they are submitting a real exam. So that helps a little bit and we had to work a lot on this because we needed to change the format. The exams were on Word file. And it was not really compatible with Blackboard, so I need to modify that. We had to look for some way to prepare that file so we can put it on a Blackboard. Again, through the office of Megan, we found that New York Institute of Technology, maybe this is where we had to change the Word file into a Blackboard friendly, so you can upload that to Blackboard.
Our office also provides a new service this semester. We help faculty to build your online exam on Blackboard. So all you have to do is provide us the questions and the correct answer. We have a way, in a Word document, we have a way to batch load it to your Blackboard course, and it's not have Blackboard recognizing the layout and create it. It's actually saving faculty a lot of time, because Blackboard exam is not a very good design.
Oh, it's not.
It takes you like forever to create each question. So we are actually going to announce all these services probably somewhere around next month. So feel free to contact us. We'll help you if you're teaching an online course.
Yeah, so this is what was Megan talking about. This is one of my exams, and we had to work on the exams to put it in this format using what she was talking about. So that also took some time, but it helped a lot. So this is nice service that we can always rely on this office to do it for us. Again, there's a lot of things to say, and I really thought that I don't have to talk about technical things so much. Just talk about the overall picture of how I felt when I thought about when I knew that I have to teach online, and what difficulties, some of the difficulties that obviously I come across or when I was teaching. And there's a lot of things that we can always share things together on a casual basis anytime.
How do you feel now?
Oh yeah, well clearly yes. How I feel now? Yeah, I need all my classes to be online. How's that? Oh yeah. I'd love to talk to my dean or my chair. I would like to have everything on my. That would be nice. Yes.
And can you see how short of amount of time the whole transformation has been changed? It's really, sometimes I think we scare ourselves with something that we're not familiar with. And to be quite honest, teaching, it doesn't matter. You're teaching face-to-face or you're teaching online or any way in between. I think the key is how can we better help our students to be successful getting that knowledge so they can put it in good use. And I do think online learning is an alternative way that we can now better reach out to the 21st century learners, because this is the environment that they are familiar with. So I encourage everybody, try sometimes go beyond your comfort zone, and you are going to have a tremendous joy like what Ramadan has been this last December. and we only really worked with him for about 6 months or so, because he was actually teaching in the summertime. Yeah. So,
yes, so thank you so much for coming, and I thank all the people who helped me to come to this point and share with you what little knowledge I have. Thank you.